Go ahead, babe. I said, go ahead, babe. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Armani. We're back with another video. Get in here, get in here. It's time to get into some things, okay? You know, I'm going to be honest with you. I love a good day when it's just a lot of chaos going on in the world because then it just, unfortunately, it really excites me because I'm like, girl, we got to get into some things because what is happening here? You know what I mean? It's just been so much going on. I mean, even topics that we're not going to discuss today. Everyone seems to be going to court. It's the trial here, it's a trial there. People are ODing, the girls are pregnant, people are dropping. It's just so much going on. But for today, on this particular Thursday, we're going to go ahead, babe, and talk about it. All right, Lil Nas X apparently walking down the streets and clean panties, okay, not big sexy panties. You know, white is a hard thing to wear, but we'll get into that a little bit later. Cardi B sparking pregnancy rumors. Is it true? Is it not? But it's the proof in the edit. Ice Spice makes a mysterious return all of a sudden. Are we here for it or are we not? Okay. So let's just get into Ice Spice really quick. So we know Ice Spice went through a lot the last year and a half. Okay. Throughout her career, she's had extreme highs and extreme lows. And usually I can kind of tell in my mind what era Ice Spice is in based upon the hairstyle. You know what I'm saying? When she had she hates when I say this, she might not follow me after this, but when she had the Ronald McDonald wig, when she would do that hair, that was kind of like the Munch era. And that was like the new artist era. Then when she had kind of started feeling herself, she went to the long hair. People didn't resonate with that. So then she had to shrivel it back up and put the Ronald McDonald wig back on to try to gain some of the people back. See, the long hair was a cocky set. That was like a cocky wig. You know, it was like a, I'm already here wig. And see, the people didn't resonate with that. So she went back. That didn't work. The album didn't do that great. She fell out with some people. The tour didn't do that great. Her friend exposed her for not letting her have a chicken salad. Her friend then ended up using that to leverage her own career. I don't really know where that career is. She's a lot more famous than she was when she was under Ice Spice, but she's still not really popped off. But I don't know if sacrificing the Ice Spice relationship was really worth it because she didn't really get too much of a career out of it anyway. But then Ice Spice went through like I don't know if it was like an emotional or a mental break, because then she did the Ronald McDonald Jet Black. And that really took everybody fast. The Jet Black was kind of like a transition phase. And so now she's kind of in like, not the long, it's kind of more of a mature, like, okay, I'm in my 20s. I'm cute. I'm young. I'm just kind of doing my thing. It's kind of like a feathered look. I'm an actress. I'm here. I'm grown. I'm not doing the curly short anymore. That was new artist. But I'm not saying I'm like the bad thing. I'm just here like doing my thing. I'm just trying to rebrand. So she recently deleted all of her posts on her Instagram. Okay. And she just released a snippet of a new single that she has coming out featuring MIA. I mean, sampling MIA's record. Let's see if I can play a little. Now you can see what I'm talking about with the hair.
They said they wanted a pop. I was just popping my shit. I ain't even really mean to go pop.
Okay. So I actually kind of like it. Let's see.
I don't be giving you niggas a shot. I know he don't want me for me. I know he just want what I got.
Okay, so you'll have to catch that on the actual Instagram because for copyright. But shout out to Ice Spice. The beat, I like the beat of this. I like this hair on her too. I like this. It's really, really cute. I like the kind of like feathered kind of Even when she was in the whatever movie that is with Denzel Washington, she looked cute. I like Ice Spice with this hair. Whatever this hair is, I like this look on you. I like this. I like the thick Ice Spice. I'm feeling it. I also think it's kind of interesting and ironic that, she dropped amidst the controversy of, Cardi B dragging her, talking about my numbers. If I did your numbers and your 15 minutes of fame is up, I would, jump out of a window and kill myself. It doesn't seem like Ice Spice is throwing any shots here, but I do think that she's using the momentum of the fact that people are talking and saying, well, hey, let me drop some music. People are going to see if I'm going to dish some shots. Hopefully she takes some shots in the record. I don't know if it's given that, but this is a nice time to roll out. I think the smoke is settled and the dust is cleared. I think we're ready to get back into our Ice Spice bag a little bit. And this doesn't necessarily sound like everything else we've heard from her. So I'm interested to see how this record fully plays out. I'm interested to see what she's talking about. One thing I do like about Ice Spice is people talk about her flow, but she be really saying stuff sometime, and she be really kind of talking shit a little bit. And you can tell she's not a friendly girl. And I mean that in the best way. You know what I mean? I like it when she's like, she's not really a girl's girl, and she's kind of a bee. And I kind of like it. You know what I'm saying? So she knows how to get under your skin. So I don't think that Cardi B's lashings to her are going to be the last thing that we hear. I think that Ice Spice will get in the ring and say something very slick to Cardi B. I don't know if it'll be on this record, but maybe she'll be using this record, and it's smart to leverage, the situation, with her and Cardi B, because why wouldn't you drop a record if, so much talk around, this imaginary players. Ice Spice heard it. Then we also heard JT saying that her album is done. So all the girls are kind of coming out now. Cardi B's got the girls coming out. So we're going to see. Everybody's wanting to get in the ring and want to play. So we'll get into some things and see what happens. Let's get into Cardi B. A lot of people think that Cardi B is seemingly pregnant. This imaginary players era is, listen, can we just talk about that for a minute? A lot of you girls are just really so upset about the takes that we've had with imaginary players. But, again, like I said before, it was never about the song being trash. It was always about her delivery being trash. People, just because they don't like the delivery, just because they don't like something about the song, does not mean that they're a hater. It is what it is. 95% of the people that are talking about it are saying the same thing. I just said it first, so you girls didn't like it. It is what it is. Now, people are also saying that Cardi B is pregnant. She is vehemently denying that she's pregnant. She's saying that she's out of breath because she has asthma. She's not pregnant. However, we know Cardi B to really lie about pregnancies or try to hide pregnancies. This is what makes it interesting for me. A lot of people are saying she's pregnant because they're looking at these photos here. So there's clearly look like she has a baby bump there. Hold on. This clearly looks like a bump. This does too. Unless she's got hella gas. And here is very clear. If you did my numbers, y'all will pop champagne. If I did your numbers, this looks very clear. And I don't know if they're trying to say that this is a corset or what, but it also doesn't seem like she's trying to hide it. I don't know if she's bloated. I don't know if it's gas. I don't know if it's a bad fitting, but the stomach is out. Then we had, hold on. She was cursing too much here, but she was denying the pregnancy in this video. But then look at the gut here.
Oh my God.
Stacked together.
Here she is.
Yeah. This is a gold.
Mm-hmm.
That's a pregnancy.
Yeah,
she looks good though.
Let's go, and then
she looks really good. I don't think she's really. I mean, that's the stomach to me. Y'all don't see it?
Yeah.
She
This
had
is
two.
a coke?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or maybe but see, people are saying, well, maybe she had a little pouch. But the thing is, she's the lipo queen. She'll be done got some lipo before she sat around and been bloated like that. Booty do? Stomach sticking out farther than your booty do? She got too much money for a gut like that. If she's not pregnant. That's insane. But this is what got me. This is what got me. You gotta catch it here.
My stocks and share.
Watch. Let me see if I could slow it down. Watch this. Did you see the Photoshop in the stomach? You got to see it faster. Watch. Something was edited with the video. Watch.
My stocks and share money.
You see that? Right there. There's an edit there.
My stocks and share money.
The stomach was edited right there.
My stocks and share money.
Y'all got to go back and look at the video, but it definitely was edited right there. Now, it could be made maybe to make her look flatter, but we do know that, I don't remember what pregnancy it is, but she did a whole Instagram video where she edited out her stomach in a video. Do you guys not remember that video where she edited out her pregnancy stomach? That was like, I don't know what baby that was. Right there. There's the edit right there. You can see it. Look at the edit. There's the edit right there. I know I'm not crazy. There's the edit right there. So you can edit out like your stomach and things like that. So that was an edit right there. So maybe I'm not saying that she has to be pregnant. What I'm saying is, though, there's an edit there to make the stomach look flatter. So she definitely did an edit there. So that's what made me think, well, why are you trying to hide it for the video? Like, what's the tea? Now, she's not really like, I mean, she's denying it, but she's not denying it like Cardi B fashion. Like, I'm not pregnant. Stop saying I'm pregnant. Why would I be pregnant right now? I'm going on tour. She's not doing none of that. She just like lying like Cardi B would lie. Oh, I'm out of breath. That's not why but she's not blatantly hiding it either. Because I mean, at this point, it's the fourth child. Now, if she is pregnant by Stephon Diggs, I mean, it is what it is. It's going to look crazy as hell. People are going to talk, but I don't think she's going to care. My whole thing is, why do you want to be pregnant at every album release? That to me just doesn't make any sense. So then you're going to go on tour with another baby. That's just, I don't know. Child, that's that lady body. She can do what she want to do. I just think that's a lot. You know what I mean? But here's the thing. I don't think it was a planned pregnancy. If it is, I think that Cardi B is the type of woman to not do the chop shop thing. So maybe it happened. Damn it, I didn't want to do it, but I'm keeping my baby. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want a baby by you. It happened. That wasn't the plan. But I don't give a, because I'm keeping my baby. She loves her kids. And I think she's willing to go through whatever controversy it is for her babies. So in that, I understand why she's just like, I'm keeping it. She doesn't strike me as a woman that would go to the chop shop. A lot of women wouldn't do that. And I applaud her for that because, you know, it takes a lot of courage to be scrutinized, but it shows a lot about a mother that's like, you know what, I don't care what they say. This child was innocent. And if I was, you know, responsible enough to lay down without using a condom and things happen, I'm keeping my baby. I have the means to make. I have the finances. I have the lifestyle. This baby will be well kept. Yes, some people are going to talk on Twitter and some people are going to say some nasty things about me online. They'll get over it. I'm keeping my baby. And I respect that about her. You know, some people would let the comments, if in fact she was pregnant, talk her into getting rid of her baby. And I just don't think that she's that type of woman. I do think that she's a great mother. And I do think that she's a protector of her kids. And I do think that, you know, whether, you know, she meant to get pregnant or not, if she is, she's keeping her kid. And you know what? Shout out to her for that. So shout out to that. You know, that's a big move. And I appreciate that. So, and she can afford it. So she'll be fine. Now, let's get into Lil Nas X. Child, he's so handsome. What is going on with Lil Nas X? Child, hold on. Lil Nas X. Let's get into it. Because, child, this is a mess. Lil Nas X. Old Town Road rapper Lil Nas X was arrested early Thursday morning today after an altercation with the police in Studio City. The LAPD tells NBC4 investigates. Police responded about 6 a.m. to reports of a naked man in the 1100 block of Ventura Boulevard in the San Fernando Valley community. Video published by TMZ showed a man identified as Lil Nas X wearing only white underwear and cowboy boots in the middle of the street. Officers arrived with lights and sirens activated, and the man charged at officers. Police requested paramedics for a possible drug overdose. The man, later identified by LAPD sources as Lil Nas X, was hospitalized and expected to be booked on suspicion of misdemeanor battery on a police officer. LAPD sources told NBC4 investigates that Lil Nas X, whose legal name is Montero Lamar Hill, threw punches at officers, leading to a use of force by the officers who forced him to the ground. No officers were injured. Okay, now let's see where he was and what that looked like before he then attempted to beat and batter officers. Wow. It's a lot going on. Wow. Go ahead, babe.
Don't be late to the party tonight.
Where at?
You know where it's at. No, go ahead, babe. No.
Go ahead, babe. It's the second go ahead, babe, for me, because it was like, go ahead, babe. Go ahead, babe. Like, go ahead, babe. It's just a key. Let me go back.
Don't be late to the party tonight.
Where at?
You know where it's at. No, go ahead, babe. No. Go ahead, babe. No. Didn't I tell you to put the phone down? Uh-oh, somebody's gonna have to pay for that. Da. Hey, for everybody coming to the party.
Pay for everybody coming to the party.
Yes, I am serving you. I am serving you. And you better be at that party tonight. Oh, yes. Yes, get my good side. Every side. Yes. Boom, cat, towel. Ooh. Sean Bankhead taught me that one. Bang! Woo! Batty boy, want you give it to me, baby? Batty boy, want you give it to me, baby?
Betty boy, won't you give it to me, baby? Betty boy, won't you give it to me, baby?
That's gonna be a beautiful sunrise. Give me that phone so I can throw it. I want to throw it far away so you never see it again. I don't like phones. Don't miss the party tonight. Why are you still here? You need to be telling everybody about the party, girl. What's your problem? Break it down.
Okay. So let me say this. This thing is high as hell. Okay. I know that we think that she does like a PR stunt, but you got to think about this. The mom was an addict, and she's the mom. Respectfully, can you? Okay, let me start with the compliments first before I start getting into it. Because Lil Nas X is fine as hell. Body is T. Okay, baby, like everything is stacked up. Why am I never up and around at the times of these shenanigans? I would have went ahead, babe, and put you in the car and took you home. Let's get you home, babe. You know what I'm saying? Better yet, let's go to your house, babe. You know, let me talk to you for a minute, babe. What's going on, babe? Let me make sure your panties are clean, babe. Let me see. Did you sit on something? Let me check the back. Let me snip them real quick. I'm just kidding. Babe! First of all, okay. In all seriousness, the mom's a crackhead. We know that. She's roaming the streets of Atlanta just like this. It's been tough. He was recently hospitalized for Bell's palsy, and we don't know what else was going on with him. He's been trying to get back out there, and it just hasn't been hitting the same. Ever since he kind of came out and then he was dancing with the devil, Lil Nas X has been in like a spiral, and he hasn't been able to catch that momentum again. And see, the unfortunate part about this situation is because he has trolled so much, and because everything has been like had to be one outrageous rollout over the other, he's always had to outdo the stunts. People think that this is the ultimate because people are saying, well, how has he got clean white underwear on and white cowboy boots? Well, my thing is they usually start out clean, then they get dirty. You know what I'm saying? I think they started out clean, but as the night went on, the motherfuckers probably was filthy. But you don't just get out here and you know and just start walking down the street like this. This is crazy. You see it in downtown LA and in LA all the time, but this is nuts. But at the same time, he was smart enough to know I'm not gonna have my phone, I'm not gonna have my wallet, and then I'm gonna match the outfit. That was kind of clever. I mean, gays, crackheads or not, they always gonna have a little chic look to them. When you're gay, you're gay. You know what I mean? Crackhead or not, you're still gonna know a little fashion. You know what I'm saying? And he's still rich. So I mean, I'm sure he didn't have dingy underwear. We are talking about a millionaire, so I'm sure he was like, I'm high. And as he was getting high, in my mind, you don't just start off walking down the motherfucking street. You gotta get that high. So whatever he was hitting, as he was hitting the shit, you start to get dressed because you're feeling so high. Like, you get in the mirror. Have you ever been so high where you just start playing dress up? You hit some real good shit. And then you just say, well, let me go start. I'm listening to music and I'm going ahead, babe. And I'm just playing and stuff. First, I might put on my underwear, feeling sexy. Then I might throw my cowboy boots on. I might hit another line. You know what I mean? Then I might spin into a circle. I might dance. Then I might hit another line. And then I might, call some friends. Nobody answered. Then I might hit another line. Before you know it, I've done another bag. You know what I mean? Or maybe we're doing a bag of shit all night. Everybody leaves. You know what I'm saying? Ain't got no nigga. Ain't got shit to do. Coming down. I'm thinking my life ain't shit. I'm famous, but nobody really gives a damn to be around me because I got a drug problem. So I goes and calls a drug man. Maybe I call Ray J. No, I'm just kidding, Ray J. Don't get mad at me. Call Ray J. That's what Cassie and them said. Get me another bag. And before you know it, I'm already dressed. And I'm thinking, well, you know what? Fuck it. I'm high as shit. Who gives a fuck? I'm outside. You don't just say, I'm going to put this shit on and go outside. It's a build up to the crash out. So this is about 2 to 3 good bags in. Or it was about 2 to 3 of the premier good shit. You know what I'm saying? And he didn't need a motherfucker because he was fed the up. This is a mental crash out of everything that's been going on in your life, and everybody around you is at a point where they either don't support you or you've gone too far where you've pushed them away and they've just allowed you to do what the hell you want to do because you're too far gone. If you're at this point, you've been doing this a minute. Does that make sense? If you're at this point, you've been doing this a minute. And if there's nobody around, they've washed their hands because you've cursed them out. What we do know is, go ahead, babe. He had got irritated because he's not all the way gone. If you've ever seen some homeless people or crackheads or crash outs or whatever, come downtown LA, drive around. They don't all just look like a missing tooth old lady, old man ran through the mill. They have advanced homeless crackheads. Then they have the new age homeless crackheads. And they have, the rookie homeless crackheads, and so like the freshman drug addicts and the freshman crackheads and dope fiends, before they get to a seasoned or senior crackhead or dope fiend, the story behind them, you can see the youth, you see the success, you see the cute. I can't tell you how many crackheads I've seen around here, how many bums I've seen. I'm like, damn, how did you get here? Because he was so cute. She was so pretty. They haven't fully conformed to the ultimate dope fiend. You know what I'm saying? They haven't conformed to the ultimate Skid Row. They're still somewhere between North Hollywood, and they're working their way down. And as they get down closer and closer downtown, they become dingier and dingier and dirtier. But they usually start out like this. Does that make sense? I've seen so many people here in LA, and I'm just like, they had so much potential. Did they hit a bad bag? Because what happened? How did they get here? Pretty eyes, pretty lips, nice bodies, but then they got that dirt filter on them. And then some of them you can see when they just got into the game. Lil Nas X is just now getting into the game. Eventually that white will be brown, then it will be black, then it will be holes, then there'll be no teeth. The house will be gone. Right now, he's in the beginning stages of the downfall, the ultimate downfall. When you're at the point now where you're walking down the street like that, you don't give a shit. You're that high profile. You want somebody to hit you, take your life, kill you. But then when you're also angry because when the police came, he tried to fight the police. So that also lets me know can't nobody stop you Because if I was your friend and tried to stop you, you've now put me out. You've put your hands on me. And to stop me from whooping your ass, I just bow out gracefully. You've probably gotten so high, you've told me that I ain't without you. I'm a worthless piece of I'm broke. I'll never amount to nothing. And every secret that I've expressed to you, you probably exposed it in front of the whole crew that was trying to tell you, hey, you probably need to not buy the second bag. So at some point, nigga, you. Does that make sense? So to me, this just says niggas have got tired. They just let them go. And so I think once he had the medical scare, I don't know if there was more to it, because he was just gone for a minute after the medical scare. Then he comes back like this. So to me, between that time and this time, something really happened in his mental where he feels really, really defeated. And I know we're laughing and we're joking, but he's a beautiful boy and an extreme talent. And I would hate for something negative. I would hate for whatever is happening in his personal life, him to let it win in this way. So we definitely want to send prayers to Lil Nas X. I don't think it's a stunt, because why? Even if it was a stunt, would I be at a point where I'm fighting a police officer? And I think if he pulled a stunt like this is up there with the Jussie Smollett stuff. It's just like, what are you doing? Because how do you top this? Do you just die? So, sending prayers. I don't believe this is a stunt, considering the fact that drug addiction plays in this a strong part in his family, and he's a gay man. There's so many gay men that end up in this position because while everybody thinks that as a black gay man and you have all this support and you have all these, LGBTQ umbrella laws and things, when you're at the top of the game, when you're a celebrity, then you add gay, then you're a male, then you're just kind of like coming out and trying to figure your life out. It's hard. We don't know what kind of relationship stuff this man has went through. Trying to figure out your identity in front of the world, trying to make music, being a celebrity, being scrutinized with everything that you got going on. You don't have your mom because she's a drug addict. Your dad may be in and out, but he doesn't really understand because you're gay. Friends may want to be your friends because you're famous. Some might just want to. Then you have to run the risk of, living the fast life of the gay life. It gets fast as young. You got money, power, access. He's experimenting, I'm sure, having sex, doing things. Hopefully he's using protection. Experiencing heartbreak. It's a lot going on. I could see where he feels very, very empty. A lot of people that have it all, have a lot of material things, but it's very hard for them to have grounding things that are around them, because you don't know who's there for you. You don't know who's there really supporting you. And some of the people that were there with you, they don't understand the life that you live now. So they look at you with eyes of envy, jealousy. So you have to cut them off. And I'm only speaking from this because for me, even just being a YouTuber, I'll be honest with you, I get very lonely. Very, very lonely. So I can't even imagine a person like this to this level. And I say that about me because it's just like, people always want something from you, especially then when you're in the lane of news and gossip. There's no one to really trust. Then I have friends, they don't understand because a lot of them don't do what I do. So they don't understand how this thing works. So some of them we're no longer friends because they've got weird. And then it's like, I don't want to keep a lot of people around me because I don't trust nobody. And then what does that mean? You get in here and you become very lonely, you get depressed. I literally was going through a fucking depression from freaking July, and I'm trying to pull myself out. It was just the highs and the lows of just creating content from the trial, coming back, this, and feeling like I'm really doing this all by myself. And, you know, you have your peers, but everybody else is so busy engulfed in their own lives. And then it's just like, I see how it's easy to be like, where's the bottle? Where's the bag? I need something. And you can spiral. But that's why you have to have a strong mental, and you have to ground yourself in whatever spiritual practices that you are. And that's why they're so important. That's why I take cleanses. That's why I take breaks. I'll sit here. There's times you guys don't see me. I'm sitting here. Sometimes I'm sitting here going through it, bitch. But I'm just going to sit here and go through it. Weather the storm. Because, baby, I can't be out here like this. So I get it. And I can only imagine on that level, you know, it's probably worse, because he's like, well, I gotta get the next thing. Who am I? The world knows me as this. What happens next? You know? So yeah. So anyway, good luck to him. Now, we don't know what's going to happen next after this, but we're hoping the best for Lil Nas X, honestly. So I don't know, guys. I believe it. But then I was also looking at the fact, I was on his page and I'm like, he always does weird stuff, but some of these Instagram posts were just like already like wacky to me. But you know, artists do stuff like that, but all of this was kind of weird to me too. Like, this gives me kind of crackhead vibes. Not this one, but it was just crazy.
I want to live. I want
A little manic, you know what I'm saying? A little like what?
to live. I want this life. I want to go. I want to thrive. I want to live a wondrous life. Oh, what a 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 life.
Now you see that? Now he's clearly in there playing games and dress up, like I said. So it starts like this. Then he had an idea. Well, let me throw on a white panty and a white boot and walk down the street like a transgender hooker in the night in my creative strut. You know, now this was his artistic set. Then he decided that he was going to be a hooker. That was the go ahead, babe. You know, so there's a lot of different voices in his head that are terrorizing the shit out of him. There's this one here in like a panty and a high heel and nuts out. There's another one here. See, he's playing dress up. Then I think at one point he just decided, look at the house. There's nobody in their right mind with all that money and all this got going on. The floor is two different colors. It's got towel and then it's got, you got all that money and it's trash like this. What's going on? Nobody's there. Look, I told you he's over there playing games. And then said, you know what? I'm gonna live my my horror nights. You know what? Like I know this energy. She was over there playing games, bored, high as hell, and probably was high all day. It's also given like a manic. And then you deleted everything. Like, but this was a build up. This is a mental breakdown. This is a mental breakdown. Something happened, and he had a break. Something happened. Something happened, and he had a lapse. And listen, guys, it's very important that everybody's a instance away from having a whoo-hoo. That's why I'll be playing with them shrooms and shit. Because the one you take the wrong hit, you gotta hear. But you know, I think when you're at this level and at this magnitude, there's so much pressure on you to be this specific person and do that. That's why you have to practice mind over matter and have confidence in yourself, you know, and believe in yourself, because at any moment when you don't have the mindset to sustain, because fear and doubt and all that stuff is going to come in, but you have to have a mindset strong enough to overcome those things. Even if you have to just feel like, all right, I'm feeling depressed right now, but mind over matter, I'm just going to go through this emotion. I'm not going to baby this and aid it with drugs and sex, alcohol. When I was going through my situation, you know, I would call my mama, or I would just lay here. But then I would make myself get up and go to the beach, do this, do that. But I would always tell myself, this is just like a phase. Like I wouldn't, even though you have that little birdie on the side of you sometimes trying to tell you, this is who you are. Take a shot. Do some drugs. You'll feel better. Go have some reckless sex. That'll make you feel better. Oh, and you know the big one. Kill yourself. It'll make it all better. Absolutely not. Hell no. Whenever that thought comes in, I say, the devil is alive. Bitch, might kill myself. Bitch, are you crazy? Kill myself. I might lay there through the other shit. Like, maybe. But to kill yourself, whoa, shit, no, kill yourself crazy. Kill yourself. Oh, bitch, ain't no coming back from that. Because then I have to think about people only be sad for a day. Then by next week, they can be laughing and talking about something else. So they're not really going to give a fuck. So I done killed myself for maybe 24, maybe 48 hours at best for people to care. And then life will go on. And I done fucked around and killed myself. And then you done moved on, had a whole new life. And then shit, I'm still stuck in the past. You done moved on. I'm not finna kill myself. You don't give a damn about me that much. You finna move on. You gonna be sad for a little bit, then life gonna life, and you gonna move on. And I done fucking around and kill myself because I was looking for some sympathy from you. Bitch, if you don't wake your depressed ass up and keep moving, that hoe don't care about you like that. In a year, they'll forget that you even killed yourself. So, no. That sympathy that you're looking for, that you want to feel loved and people to miss you, this, that, and the third, girl, you got about 24 to 48 hours. The next thing will happen and you done fucked around and killed yourself and the people have moved on. Are you crazy? Better sit your ass there. Read a book, light a candle, go to the gym. Are you crazy? Yes. So, but anyway, let me see something. I just got a fax. Okay, it was more pertaining to what we were talking about today. But yeah, child, you gotta be focused. You gotta be focused. This is why a lot of people, they laugh when I say I have my manifestation channel and their Lux Life channel, because when you feed yourself garbage all the time, you don't have the anchors, or you don't have like the guts to really hold and cleanse you through the dark times in your life. So that's why I try to read books. I try to manifest. I try to cleanse every now and then, because I do know as a human being, you're going to feel doubt. You're going to feel afraid. You're going to feel not good enough. And especially me, I'm online. People tear me apart about my opinion every single day. People saw me at the Diddy trial. They're like, okay. And even though I was doing great there, they were just like, well, what's going to happen when he's done? When it's over, it's this, it's that. So you're always, as an artist, as a public figure, you're always chasing the next moment. And so you have to tell yourself, I'm good as I am. And these moments are just moments. And another moment will come. Just keep creating. But as a human being, you're going to feel like I'm not good enough sometimes. You're going to feel like you're going to get some bad news. Some of us will get sick. That's what life that's how life goes. And everyone will die. But through that, you have to try to keep your mind as intact as much as you can. Like, I'm about to start going to therapy, because I just feel like I'm at a point now where it's time to do that. Just so that I can make sure the more money I make, the higher I grow, the more opportunities I have, the more visibility I gain, my mind is stronger than ever, because I don't want to be tricked. I don't want to be told. I don't want to feel like I don't want to start feeling like I'm living for the comments, social media, and everything in my life is based upon what people are saying about me, because people can you can read comments about yourself and people will try to tell you who you are, and you'll start believing it like you ain't you. I can't imagine hundreds of thousands of people, and in Lil Nas X's case, millions of people telling him who he is, and like adamantly doing so. And then you have the pressures of just life, being a creator, being an artist. Things are not happening the way that they used to be. You were on a huge high. You won 4 or 5 Grammy Awards. You came out the closet as gay. Your career did a whole twist and turn. You're trying to figure out what the gay life is. Are you a top or the bottom? You're probably sucking dick, eating that, We don't know what happened. It takes you fast. And then he hot, so who gonna turn it down? So I'm telling you guys, it's important. It's important. And it's important to really, and that's why it's important as parents. If you guys have parents, one thing that my dad always taught me as a child, mind over matter. My dad always told me a few things. Mind over matter. It's good to have a little arrogance to you. It's a protection. You don't want to just be an arrogant soul, but you got to think a little bit highly of yourself, because a lot of people will try to break you down. So that arrogance buffer, it kind of stops them at the door a little bit. You got to believe that you're great. And I would teach my kids that if I had that. Listen, believe that you are all that you can ever be. You know what I'm saying? Because people are always going to try to tell you what you ain't or what you can't do. And mind over matter at any time. Like, and it's easier said than done, but if you just have those things instilled in you as a child, and if you instill those in your child when they're young, when things arise and things happen, they can always fall back on that. But if you don't ever have those conversations, and if you've never had that conversation, when you fall in, you don't have nothing to fall on. When I get to my lowest point, I'm just like, mind over matter. It's a mindset. It's a mindset. It's a mindset. It's a mindset. And if you haven't been told that as a kid, you should read books or listen to people that motivate you, because those are tools that you just store in the back of your mind. So you never hit rock bottom, because when you hit the low, those conversations, those readings, those teachings that you've read and that you've listened to, you hit those. You just don't hit an empty nothing. See, when you see people crash all the way out like this, they've hit an empty wall. But you got to understand, the mom's a crackhead. So she wasn't out there praying for him. She wasn't out there teaching him mind over matter. The dad couldn't really resonate because it was a double life. Didn't really understand. So when he hit the wall, he hit the same wall the mom hit. So I don't think that this was a PR stunt. I don't think it was a PR stunt. I'm gonna just be honest with you. So, but yeah, so we talk about more of that stuff on Lux Life, more of those kind of videos. We'll probably do a deep dive into mindset and things like that. Maybe I'll do some more mindset videos over here, because it's starting to be a big thing. And lately, it was affecting me. And that's why I was like, people are like, why aren't you not doing content? Why aren't you not doing content? I'm just like, my mind was fucked up. And one of my friends asked me, they were like, you want to go to a pool? And I was like, you know what? I don't. It's like, why? I said, I think I'm depressed, but I don't know. Like, have you ever been in a situation where you kind of felt like, I don't feel, like, I think I'm good, but like most in me, like I feel depressed, but I'm here. But I think I might be depressed. Like, I literally was like that, like, am I depressed? But I'm here. Like, I'm really here. But sometimes shit like that happens. But you gotta weather it. Like, and I think it happens. Those are conversations that don't really take place. We see the glitz and the glam of people's lives and social media, but we don't see the part where a lot of these people that we follow, these people that we support, they're lonely. And all the time it's by choice. Because sometimes it's just better to be alone than deal with all the extra shit you got to deal with. And then sometimes people just don't even understand. And it's like, I just rather be by myself. But anyway, y'all, so we'll talk more about that later. And I love you. Shout out to Lil Nas X. Hopefully he gets better, because I hate to see, he's such a beautiful boy, such a beautiful talent. And I just hate to see him be defeated by the things that, like a generational curse, And so I think that hopefully this next step, it's not that he needs to go full-fledged into God, but he needs more grounding. But the only problem is he played so heavy into that dark devil energy. And so that has a reversal effect. When you play with that dark energy, you can get success, you can get things, but it does do a reverse Uno on you. And so if any for my spiritual people out there, whether this was a game or joke, I don't think this was a joke, but this is part of the price. You don't get to dance with the devil and don't get to pay for it. Like, there's always a reverse Uno. That's the whole point. So they said talk about Tamar. You guys let me know what's going on with. Maybe we should do more spiritual stuff on this with celebrities, because there's a lot of this shit going on. I don't know what happened with Tamar. I'm gonna look it up later or send it to me. Oh, you know what? They did say, you know what? Shout out. I didn't know the story, but let me go shout out to Kyle. Because I did see it all over social media. But we do want to say, I didn't know his content, but we should do this. This was so sad today, too. Hold on. YouTuber, TikToker Malik Taylor has reportedly passed away. I was trying to figure out what happened, but it says with heavy hearts that we share our beloved brother Malik Taylor has gone to audit eternal. To know him was to know he was a light to everyone, always bring laughter, joy, and warmth. Malik was widely known on TikTok and YouTube for giving his social media commentary about pop culture. On TikTok, he garnered over 250,000 followers and had just relocated to Charlotte, North Carolina to continue his influencer journey. Though his cause of death has not been officially revealed, it's speculated he has unfortunately passed from an alleged car accident. Damn. Sending prayers to Malik and his family. Wow. Just like that. It just goes. Whew. Heavy live today, guys. Heavy live. Because he was just online last night. But all right, guys. I love you all. I'll see you in the next video. Peace out. And stay in the light. For real. No diddy. And if you're feeling depressed, talk to somebody. Call someone. Read a book. Go to the gym. Light your favorite candle. And sometimes it's just easy to sit in it and go through the emotions and listen to what your mind is telling you. But if you ever get to that point where it says, kill yourself, remember, and it's the best way I could tell you, you do that, you got 24 to 48 hours for the public to really give a shit. Your family, it's going to hurt. But guess what? Even they move on. One day they will laugh. They'll have babies. They'll remarry. They'll have Christmases and birthdays. You won't be there. You'll be the dumbass that killed yourself. They won't care for long. So that sympathy and payola that you're looking for, you kill yourself. Trust me, you're going to look down or look up wherever you headed, and life will move on. Okay? So it ain't worth it. All right. All right. Love you. Talk to you later. Bye.